Hello, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I'd like to talk about how to manifest big things. So in a lot of my videos prior, I aimed them towards helping you understand that you're always manifesting. Your very thoughts have the power to manifest, even when you're not desirous of doing so. The inner conversations that you hold while you're driving to work, the feelings that you have, the beliefs that are inside of you, all of these are always manifesting on a regular basis. The videos prior were shaped to tell you that yesterday will manifest today. The things that you think of before bed, the things that you imagine before bed, all are going to manifest over and over and over in a perpetual basis, depending on what you allow to enter into your subconscious mind. And I showed you how you can simply write things down on a list, and those would manifest. Just writing things down manifests. Your words have so much power. But the question comes, how do I manifest big things? And so that's the thing that I want to talk about. I'm also going to reference a few manifestations from the past and then ones that are happening now. So the first one I want to talk about is, or the first thing I want to talk about is the way to manifest big things. So fleeting thoughts, inner conversations, beliefs, all of these will manifest. But when it comes time to when you have a big desire, such as a new job, manifesting money, or a specific person, or something that doesn't seem as simple or easy to manifest, although we still can manifest them through our thoughts, what we can do is do something explicit and deliberate to impress the subconscious mind and manifest the thing that we want. So the first thing we want to do when we want to manifest something big is understand that we must be clear about what we want. So if what you want to do is manifest a vacation, then you should know that that's exactly what you want. You want to manifest a vacation. The next thing we want to do is outline a scene that implies you are already there or that it's already happened in past tense. Now the reason we want to do this is because the subconscious mind, when impressed upon, will manifest your desire, the thing that was impressed, on this screen of space or in front of us. So it's kind of like a replicator, like a machine, wherein you impress something on it, and then it takes that and manifests it in this world. It's as simple as that. It's like fertile ground, the subconscious mind. And the imagination is like the thing that creates seeds, right? So we define exactly what we want, and then we outline, and I generally do this physically and literally. I outline on a piece of paper a condensed scene that would imply that what I want is already done, that I already have it. So if it was the case of vacation, I would want to know where I wanted to go, and I would construct a scene, perhaps at the hotel room, looking out the window, looking at maybe the ocean, or something that implies specifically that I am now there, that I don't worry about the means on how I'm going to get there. None of that matters, and I'll give you a couple examples of this after. But so we outline that. I'm in the hotel room, looking out the window. I see the beach. Perhaps I see a sign that says, I don't know, Bahamas or something like that. And so I wrote that down. The next step we want to do is fully and completely shut off the senses. So as I said before, the imagination is used to replace this reality that we're in. Otherwise, all reality is doing is feeding us information that we then impress upon the subconscious mind, and it replicates. This is why our days are very similar to each other, day after day after day. And this is why events generally happen, like people say, things happen in threes. It's simply because it happens, you react to it, it impresses again, it happens, we react to it, we impress it again, and ad infinitum, it continuously happens, right? Excuse me. So we shut off the senses completely so that the imagination can be used instead of this reality. so that we construct seeds directly from the imaginal act instead of what we're seeing and hearing in reality. So once we shut off the senses, and I do this by generally sitting down on someplace comfortable or laying down, depending on which works best for you, I would suggest experimenting. Sometimes I find when I lay down, I fall asleep or my mind wanders crazily because it's just used to doing that. So instead, I will sit down somewhere comfortable and close my eyes and take deep breaths, focus on my breathing, focus on counting backward, focus on moving and relieving stress from my body. Any of these things that are grounding me in reality, like meaning my thoughts, I guess that wouldn't be reality, that would be in the future, in the past. What I'm trying to do is allow myself to be fully present so that I'm not thinking about anything, right? Now, again, I'm talking here about the ideal situation for manifesting. So once I have shut off the senses, and it may take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on how out of practice you are. For me now, sometimes it takes a few minutes. If a day is hectic, it can take much longer than that. But because I am concerned that this will be impressed upon the subconscious mind, I specifically am patient with myself, and I am, to the best of my ability, trying to be grounded in the present moment. Now, once you have achieved this state, then what I will do is start to populate that scene into my imagination. Generally, I will start by looking at my hands, so that, because it's going to be first person point of view, because it will replicate in its exact nature on the screen of space. So if we're perceiving something through our own eyes, looking at my hands, looking at my body, the same type of thing is going to manifest in exact nature to the way that I've impressed it upon the subconscious mind. So considering we've already outlined a condensed scene, when I am in that state, I start to populate my imagination with that scene, adding more tones of reality as I continuously loop the scene. As I continuously loop the scene, right, a short condensed scene, a few seconds long, add more detail. What do I see? What do I hear? What do I taste? What does it feel like? Who's with me? Where am I? What am I wearing? How do I sound? How do I feel emotionally? We are to take what we would imagine that scene would be like and bring it into our awareness as if we are there right now. So it's taking there and bringing it here. If I was on vacation, I would probably, maybe I'm in the hotel room, but I'm maybe standing, have my hands on the guardrail and staring out into the ocean. Perhaps I'd feel the breeze on my face. Perhaps I would feel content and generally happy. And I would feel like I'm on vacation. I would just be grateful that I was on vacation. I might, I'd feel probably the fence or the gate on my hands, looking over, and that's kind of the way that I mean to take there and bring it here. It's to, as if I was there right now, what would be going on. This does not necessarily mean extreme excitement. This does not necessarily mean extreme joy, like that, like as if someone just gave birth to your own son or daughter. It doesn't necessarily mean that, because we're just trying to emulate what would be happening were we there right now. So as we continue to play this scene over and over, and we add this sensory vividness, our imaginal sensory vividness, we can either drift off into sleep while in that scene, or we can just drop it at that point. So what we've done while we are imagining this thing, we are basically constructing a seed. The seed is being created, right? And it's going to be dropped into fertile ground. And and after we drop that into the ground, we can carry on our way because it's planted. Now, There are certain techniques that tell you to remain as if you're there, and there's other techniques that say to drop it. Both of these are different techniques, right? Neville Goddard suggests both of these things. Both of them work. My technique generally is imagining it and dropping it and just carrying on and forgetting about it, right? So he does discuss both types of these, right? And there's a lot of conflict I see in the comments about this. But he does say both. Later on in his career, he suggests imagining and dropping it. Other times, he talks about just persisting in that state. But the way that I'm talking about, that I have seen work time and time again, thousands and thousands of times, is to create the scene, outline it, shut off the senses, populate the imagination with it as if you're there now in first person in the end result, and then dropping it, right? That's what I'm talking about. And what will happen from that point forward is the seed will be planted. And a bridge of incidents will unfold, something that you could not consciously devise, right? Even if you have no money, even if if there's no way logically that you could be there, something will happen, multiple things will happen, and you will end up there. Now, a bridge of incidents is specifically if you've constructed a scene at point B and you are now at point A. The bridge of incidents is anything in between, right? So imagining that scene specifically, that is what you have imagined, and the seed has been planted in that likeness with emotion, with sensory vividness, and thought process going on there. And then anything in between that happens is the bridge of incidents, or that's the growth of your seed that finally will ripen and you will become where you want to, right? You will be where you want to be. And long story short, because the time is running out, one story that I want to talk about is when I imagined that I was in Rome. Someone reached out to me on Facebook because I had imagined for someone that she cared about that they were regained back to health. She said that they had seen awesome results, and while I was asleep, she said, "I want to buy you a flight to Rome." And then she even sent me money, and she sent me pictures of a hotel room. So basically what my imaginal act was to imagine this and drop it. I was just staring at the Colosseum, and then a bridge of incidents unfolded, and this woman has now reached out to me and sent me money. While I was asleep, I'd not asked for this. I specifically, in our previous conversations, I told her I don't want any money from you. And she's starting to plan a trip for me to go there. So that's how it works. I didn't do anything. Didn't touch anything, just imagine the end. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, subscribe, hit the bell icon, go to the website sovereignmind.com for more stuff like this, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.